Namaste, welcome to another episode of To Be Fair. Today, what?
Episode 5.
Oh yeah, of course. Amay, Sanket. And today we decided to talk about Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham.
Do you want to clarify for people what that actually is?
Well, it's a very, very popular Bollywood movie. I'd probably say one of the most popular Bollywood movies.
Family movies.
Yeah, and I think initially we were talking about, maybe discussing Bollywood in general and, Indian film, but it's such a broad topic that you could really talk about so much. So I decided today we'll be discussing one particular film that is a fan favorite that
I love it.
Everyone loves. Apparently everyone loves.
Love it. It's great.
In India and abroad, everyone just loves it. And so, to be the contrarian that I am, I'm here to discuss and describe why Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham should not be celebrated in the way it is currently celebrated.
Tell me. I'm excited.
And we'll kind of just discuss that. And hopefully you have opposing opinions and we can have a discussion.
I feel like I already do, but I don't even know what you're going to say.
All right,
go.
I'm going to let you start then. So why do you enjoy it so much? Like what about Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham that is...
Okay.
This is more just me understanding what,
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the opposite side. Well, I love it because I can watch it with the family, first of all. It's a nostalgic film.
It's a family film as well.
It is a family film.
It's a family film.
Do you need to say the synopsis?
I think the people that have made it this far will probably have...
Good point. Very good. It's a family movie where one of the sons decides he's going to marry someone from a lower caste. And then the dad's like, nah, bro, get out. And he leaves. And the whole movie is about him trying to come back.
Yeah.
Or trying to get back, basically. But I do like it because it's, first of all, it's like 3.5 hours. It's bloody lovely. I love long films.
I don't know if that's sarcasm or...
No, I actually do like long films.
Okay.
Like Hollywood, I watch like 1930s old films.
Okay.
It's so much fun. I'm not one of those. It's fun.
Okay, next
I like
point.
it because, it's got good acting. It's funny, emotional, heartfelt.
I actually don't know if you're being sarcastic.
No, I'm being serious.
Good acting?
Yeah, I'm being
From
100%
who?
serious. Huh? The old lady who ruins the thing by saying that how he left, Shah Rukh left. And,
Anyway, so you're being the more sarcastic one in this conversation then?
No, I'm generally serious. It's a good film.
Okay.
But the acting, I was being a bit sarcastic. It's funny because it's sometimes really bad.
Yeah. My issue's not with the acting either. I was just kind of surprised that you like acting.
Shah Rukh and Kajol do very good acting. Good acting.
Shah Rukh Khan does amazing acting as Shah Rukh Khan, as the same character he plays in every single movie.
20 years.
But that's besides the point.
Yeah, so I've had my go. It's a good film, family film. You can watch it. It resonates with everyone. It's got a lot of characters and they all...
From what I understand, they actually tried to make it to target the diaspora like us and the people living abroad as well.
Karan Johar is an NRA.
Yeah, I think, at least from what I understand, it was like one of the first films to actually explore and discuss what life is like for people that are outside of the place. And so I can respect it and I can understand it, but I think... And that probably is a big reason why people really enjoy it. In terms of, when they're in the US or wherever that country that they were in.
It's London in the film.
Yeah, London.
Australia, India. You feel it. That's where you feel it as well.
Yeah, and you can be that neighbour and, this person, funny. But I think...
Yeah, tell me.
My issue with it is because exactly that, in that it's so celebrated and loved and, it's the go-to movie. And I don't think it's the sort of movie that should be put on such a pedestal. I think it really highlights and exemplifies the structural and societal issues that we see in India in terms of the patriarch, in terms of the patriarchy that is quite clear, in terms of kind of misogynistic ideas in terms of what women should and should not do. It is, like you say, caste and class. It's and the worst thing about all of this in everything is right before the ending sequence, it says something along the lines of parents are the most important thing or whatever. It's something about parents.
Okay. Are you sure that's not Bhagban?
No.
Oh, that's this one?
Literally, the most important thing is parents, or something along those lines. And then if you actually have watched the movie and understand the parents, no, are you serious? What, these parents?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Is the mum that bad?
The mum couldn't stand up for herself, which is more of a societal
issue.
But what? So what?
Okay, so now I've heard your point. When I was guessing, like, what is he going to say? I've kind of got what you're going to say. Yeah, of course. I think what it's doing is showing, in one part, that patriarchal society, right? Like of the Amitabh Bachchan is the head, and even though his wife loves that son probably more than the other one.
Yeah, of
They're
course.
showed in the film a lot.
Yeah.
And who is adopted, by the way? The one who has to move. Yeah, she can't say a thing, right?
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, it's so sad because the dad runs everything, such a patriarchal. Even though she loves him to bits, she can't go against her husband.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Which is that societal issue, obviously in India, maybe here as well, obviously. But the husband rules all. But my counter argument is like, it's a film, isn't it a film showing everything, like just highlighting all the aspects?
I think I would be on your side if we didn't finish saying the most important things are parents.
So I didn't really get that.
Because I don't know how you missed that, because that's literally the take-home message at the end of the film. That's what it says.
Oh, you mean when the film's finished and they have the thing on the writing and the black?
But before the blurb, it ends and then it says...
He always has something like that. Bagban is another film we can discuss later on.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it, but...
Oh my goodness, you're gonna hate that one.
I think it just
No, you're gonna hate that one.
Goes against everything it's kind of...
Yeah, okay,
described
so
then.
I'll ask the obvious question. Why do you hate that saying of parents are the most important thing?
I think in the context of the movie and the parents...
Bad parents.
I don't think that is the take-home message at all. And if anything, I think that kind of just shows, parents can do whatever. But, at the end of the day, it's love and, family is most important. But
yeah,
I think for Shah, I don't remember his name, for his character to be kind of brought up and then just told, get out of here.
Yeah.
And then for 10 years to just not even get a phone call, nothing.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
And then even finally, I think it's, when they tried to reconnect, even then the dad was like hesitant or whatever, or maybe he was at the supermarket and then he saw mum first, but he didn't even...
Yeah. And then he's scared of the
And
dad.
then finally, eventually, they do reconcile, and then even the younger son gets slapped and like, don't talk about this.
Yeah.
Like, after all of that, sure, there's a happy ending now, and like, no, this is not what we should be teaching and showing parents to say that, see, family is important and parents are important. It's no.
I got your point.
If you're in that situation, what are you talking about? Like, that's not the moral of the story, and that's poor.
I've got you now.
So poor. And then that, I think, just coupled with just how extremely problematic some of the tropes are in terms of the patriarchy and terms of Pooja and her like westernized self, and how they're kind of portraying that is not okay. Yeah. And that's shaitan, and you have to now dress up and then
that's how she gets the guy, right? Like, she turns down. Exactly. She goes Indian.
And then when it's that kids anthem thing, that's her character arc, and now she's like there and all Indian and covered up, and it's like, what are we actually trying to say then? What's interesting? What's the point of this?
This is really interesting points you're raising.
I just think it's not a bad film. It's just another Bollywood film, but I think to be such a key in most brown people's homes, and then people just don't think of it twice, just be like, oh, it's a good family film. Like, it's great. It's look at the mum love and it's the family love, but it's you miss. What do you not understand? And then I guess that ties into, is that the issue in itself, that people can't see those issues, and it's so ingrained in their own personal lives. Maybe not to that extent, but the woman has this role, she cooks, she does this, and so this is just what we do. This is just our society.
100%.
It's not an issue.
That's 100%.
Like, punitive parenting is just what brown people do. This is how we parent. You should respect us. What we say is,
right.
Obviously it's a hyperbole. He shouldn't have kicked him out, but no, it resonates with people so much that they don't see the issues with it.
Exactly. And it's a good point you actually raised about why you against it, because I didn't realize the ending had that message. I know another film the Bhagwan film, you're gonna hate that one because everyone hates it.
Right.
It's dubbed like the film that parents use to degrade their
I feel like I
children,
know.
basically.
Is it Amitabh Bachchan's? I feel like I know of it, but
So
I haven't seen it.
Parents get split up in different houses and the kids treat them like shit.
Right.
And it's whole thing of like, you didn't respect your parents even though they respected you. And the end scene is literally that scene where he has like a message across.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same director, same music, pretty much. It's the same, pretty much the same film, right? But you raised a good point. Obviously, it's a film. And films in India, which is kind of touching on Bollywood, it's a place to escape. Because usually Indian life, especially back then, was just like, it's horrible, it's dirty, so many people, you're going so fast. Your day-to-day life is very hectic.
Right? I mean, you keep going with your point, but continue.
So that's why Bollywood films are usually so outlandish. Hero punches someone, he flies into a car, and it's like, and everyone gets up, and the romantic scenes are always like, no, you can't have this girl, and you must like punch 1,000 men to get to her. And it's dramatized, right? Because, and I thought the reason was, and I still think it was, because like people everyday life don't want to think about their everyday life. They need that that's why it's so long, 3.5 hours to escape into a film. And so Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham was like the perfect, it's got everything, it makes everyone happy. But yeah, obviously if you look at a film, like imagine if that was released today.
I think it would be a hit.
No, even in India, you'll get this response.
I think it would be a hit. Just because Amitabh Bachchan, Shah Rukh Khan.
Oh no! But you still
the
get
story, yeah.
Because of the people will pick apart that thing much quicker because the new, and we can't speak for the new Indian men and women, but they're very like you see
or
them.
brown men and women.
Brown. Sorry.
Yeah, I think even this movie, I think it transcends Indians.
Yeah, it does.
Like,
it does.
Everyone loves
brown
it.
culture.
Like, people know it.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
I refute.
But I think I know why you're doing. But I was just going to say, like, I think the movie defending, like, it's just showing what life probably still is like. Let's be honest, it's still the same. What are you looking at?
Nah, just thought it was coppers. Cops.
Not doing anything illegal.
Cops.
Must be Shah Rukh's bodyguard.
I think movies in general are an escape.
Yeah,
it's not,
of course.
It's not, I guess, just the Bollywood movies, but I think Bollywood movies in general, when you're talking about just, this love story of the guy and then you get the girl and then the punching and the action, I think is just a formula to make money. And I think Bollywood cinema is literally just a way to make money.
Okay,
and now
we're getting into
but I'm just, that now they've monetized the music, and that's why they keep having the music and T-series and money. Like, I think the whole thing is just money. And so I don't necessarily think it's a kind of escape and kind of that sort of side of thing. I think it's just a formula that they know that works, and they'll get a couple good name actors and they'll just make money. Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what
and
it
I
is.
think that's why it's such a, there's a punch and it's so exaggerated. It's not realistic because they don't care to make it realistic. They don't care to, how would it actually look? What is realistic? Can this guy just jump and fight 10 people?
Yeah.
No. But he's a hero and it'll be great. And that's not just Bollywood film. That's like action movies in Hollywood as well.
Yeah, of course. Okay, that's true. But
I guess that's why we didn't want to start in Bollywood, because it's so broad and we can talk about so much.
It is. And there's a difference between Bollywood and Indian cinema.
Yeah.
Because Indian TV shows and movies are very gritty, not Hollywood-esque, you would say. Like, very realistic, right?
Well, I think that's probably people like our age that are taking a stand and being like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And actually, grassroots action and, independent films, and it's slowly becoming more mainstream, like Netflix and Prime, like you were talking about when we went for that. God, look at that.
I was going to say, man, it's incredible. We got so lucky as well, because it's coming out of the cloud, see?
Oh, my Lord.
We might just make like a 40-minute video just so we can get the...
God.
You want a good thumbnail?
Yo, this is...
Okay, well, I don't want to do that. I was trying to get a good thumbnail, but okay. So you don't have, or you do have an issue.
I just have an issue because my whole thing is I want to...
I'm cramping, by the way, sorry.
I want to see brown people win. I honestly want to see brown people do well in all aspects and win. And I don't think we can win if we are putting a film like this on such a pedestal and making it like this is the go-to film.
Okay.
And we don't talk about the problems that it has. And I think, you can't become better and kind of evolve even as a person, but definitely not as a collective, if you're just okay with dismissing these things that are such an issue. And it's, again, not to say it's only brown issue. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it's cultural.
And it's so funny. It's such a side note. But I've been posting like little clips from our videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I posted one about, me talking about intersectionality and, kind of how we need to listen to women and,
yeah, you did mention that.
And we got our first troll comment.
Oh, it's amazing. Who was it? It's so good. Yeah.
Well, his name was Harry.
Okay.
But
Harpreet?
But it's in the way it was written, it was kind of like hairy balls.
Oh, okay.
So, a classic anon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so funny. I was just like, we made it.
Yeah.
We talk about a real issue like feminism and intersectionality, and there's already people that are having issues. So I said that I can understand that cultural change and, change within yourself is hard. And it's easy to be like, what the hell? And, this guy, he actually called me. What did he call me? He called me,
He called you or not? Did
well,
he know
us,
who he was
us,
okay.
yeah, us,
Good,
obviously.
get me. I want to be hated.
Us.
I want to
He
be hated.
called us
Good to see you.
a Sigma male. So I guess that's like alpha, beta,
Sim.
the worst sort of male. And I'm like, God, bro.
We didn't do maths. We don't know what you're talking about.
Isn't maths?
I don't know, see? Isn't that like an alphabet? Isn't that maths?
This is such a side note.
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm like, hi to all our Greek audience.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he's got our first actual person.
Anyway, that's such a side note, but I think
it's a good point you raised.
I think brown people need to actually be vocal about this stuff.
Without you telling me, I would never have thought of that movie like that. Maybe for years. Maybe for however long, because I look at it just as a movie, just as I'll just enjoy the film. But now I can never watch it the same again.
I think you should watch it though.
No, I will watch it, not the same.
No, but I think you should just watch it and see if you pick up on these things again.
Oh, you will. I mean, talking about it, I'm like, because I watched it so many times. Because it's like, it's such a big film.
I think it's just...
But if anything...
I only have an issue though. No, because I only have an issue because I honestly want to see brown people do well.
Yeah.
But if we're just accepting these things and if we're consuming it, that's becoming part of our subconscious and our understanding. So
you need to
if no one's
like
saying...
we said last video.
What did we say last video?
You need to question, like, if you see things as it is, just be like, why is it that way?
Yeah.
Exactly, like you've just done. I mean, you're probably maybe the first person to ever question that film.
No, definitely not.
Publicly.
Probably not.
I reckon if you say this in India, you might get killed.
Even here. I've mentioned it to a few people that Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham not
really?
great.
Did you give them the reason?
Well, after, but they'd be like, no, what the hell? So good. Like, it's one of the best movies.
They didn't listen to you? Wow.
Well, no. To be fair, that being said, I do like some of the soundtrack.
You can still like the film.
No, but as in like, I can, like,
you like that?
It's not that one. Which one? There's one.
What's wrong?
No, yeah, but there's
I don't know
one
the film that much.
specifically that is absolutely divine.
Really?
I think it's when Shah Rukh Khan...
Oh, at the funeral?
No. What? Nah,
when her dad dies, and that's why he agrees to marry her, and that's where the whole bloody starts.
Shit. No.
Oh, okay.
And that's so problematic. What? Because your dad dies, now you need to get married to another man and have a male figure as your...
Because you can't be alone. You got a kid. She's got a sister to take care of.
Until she went to the UK, and then she became an independent woman.
Did she?
Well, she was telling him what to do and this and that, I think.
Oh, but I think that's like thing in every...
Yeah, but...
I think it was a...
No, I think it's when they first get together. And they just like have scenes from around the world. They're in Egypt doing the dance.
The dancing, yeah.
Like,
which is iconic.
Absolutely divine song, that. Like,
oh, that song. Yes,
yeah,
it is. It is.
yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you're just saying that just so you...
Just as a general point, like, no, I think that's a great song. And like...
But if anything, I go back to the very first point and what reason why you're so annoyed at it.
Yeah.
The end of the movie messaging at the end shouldn't be... What was it? Listen to your parents?
Parents are the most important thing.
It shouldn't be, because if anything, he defied his parents. He married the girl he loved, and he stayed with her, and his parents accepted it.
Yeah. I think it's more in the sense of...
It should have been a different message.
No, but I think, he was obviously struggling every day with it over 10 years. He wanted it.
Couldn't say the name.
Yeah, and then finally they got together. It's like, now his life's complete because, the family's together again.
What's the other side? I just assumed the message would be like, let your...
Why is there a message? How is there a message from this movie?
Because Karan, the director, always has those messages.
No, of course.
On
I'm
those
saying
films.
like what is the message here? Like,
Well, that's what he's probably trying to get. I mean, you should really watch Bagban now. I think you'll really love
I
it.
don't want to.
No. You want to. Believe me. Because more people speak about that film being like, oh, it's the perfect movie for guilt tripping. No one even talks about Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham.
And that's, maybe we will. And then that can be a good lead into a topic about
Bollywood reviews.
parenting.
Ooh.
And brand parenting.
It's a tough one to talk about.
We kind of touched on a little bit when we did the education and, the pressures. But even this movie, like, it's so conditional. And so, like, and you have to, I guess, respect some of that tradition and where it came from, whatever. But I think,
of course,
brand parents don't appreciate the long-term effects, especially for the diaspora, having such a different experience and having different, the way that we've been raised and how it's been raised, I think has a lot of long-term and long-lasting effects.
Of course,
which
does for everyone.
That will tie into just everything in terms of, we'll talk about mental health, this, that, the other bit.
We will. We can flag some ideas we have,
for sure.
Right? For the next few
if
videos.
you want to hear us talk so eloquently about something, you know where to go.
Exactly. Down.
Or TikTok comment, Sigma Mail, or whatever you want to do.
Tick it up. I'm not on that platform, so I wouldn't know. Yeah, so you know what I assumed you would say, I was very far off.
What did you think I was going to say?
I genuinely, when you first said it, referenced like 2 days ago, I was like, what is he going to talk about? What is he going to say? Then I was like, oh, maybe it's probably to do with the fact that the parents didn't accept the girl. And that's as far as I got to.
Nah, I just
obviously
the caste and class system.
We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah,
which is the reason why they said don't.
Yeah, which is still, I would assume, very prevalent in society.
That's
even though
a scary thing, right?
Yeah.
That movie is like nearly 30 years old. I would say it's nearly as old as us, right?
But
and it's still it's not even changed a bit, probably.
And that's it's subtle, implicit day-to-day things that we need to really change. And we're dragging on, but
it's okay, you can mention
but just there's that Facebook group. Shout out to subtle curry memes
subtle curry traits.
Yeah, and someone posted about how mums eat like old rice and give you the new rice. Or something.
Yeah, that's actually true.
And there were some good comments, some very good introspective comments about like, oh yeah, that's so problematic, and the patriarchy and this and that. But there were so many other comments just being like, what are you talking about? It's fine. And and then when there's also very vocal people talking about how it's so ingrained in our culture and we need to change these things, there were people still fighting back saying, you feminists, you're crazy, this and that. So even like, and I imagine that group of people are very much younger, and so it's still so prominent because we're not questioning these movies and these practices.
Just accept it,
your mum cooks, your mum cleans, we
didn't think it was like a thing that you can start doing your own shit.
Yeah, and just when you watch movies like this, to just be like, hey, this is not good. Like,
I feel like we need to do another topic on it because we could talk about, dude, remember our gatherings and be like the women eat at the end?
Oh man,
remember when that changed?
Did it change?
Yeah.
When?
We introduced a buffet system, so everyone just.
But the buffet, even then, women still eat.
Yeah, even then at the end. But what actually changed? I'll just say it quickly. Was the men started drinking. So what happened was when the men started drinking at the events, that they were just like, oh no, we'll be drinking for a while. So women eat. But there's also a problem in that is that when they'd sit down to eat, the women would serve them.
Well, see,
after they've eaten, which I don't know. It's tough to talk about from us.
I'm the dropkick cousin. I haven't been to one of those gatherings, and I couldn't tell you how long. So
I can tell you.
I'm just like, has it changed? I might come back.
I feel like it might have changed with that initial drinking. That drinking thing has stopped for a while now, so now it's just gone back.
COVID, so nothing's really happened. Has it?
I mean, like before, way before. It's still not great.
Yeah.
And we always said it when I was younger. I was like, Mum, why don't you guys just eat first? I mean, because 11 p.m. they're like, I'm starving, but the men haven't eaten.
Even at home, like Mum is always making the roti fresh for us and Dad and sister and me, and then she'll eat after, and we'll tell her non-stop, like just make them, or we'll help and we all eat together. But that's what I mean. It's so ingrained that
also in the woman.
Yeah, like I know
women love when men talk about.
Yeah, it's like I like cold. It's fine. Like
it's sad,
and it's like no, that's not how it should be. That's not the way it's.
There's another thing in that of women that's really triggering people here, but when women put down the other women for going, no, you do eat at the end. Don't you dare try and come in and try and eat, you know? That's also bad. But anyway,
and I think it all starts from,
we're getting up.
you know, talking shit about Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham.
Yeah.
Which is the fan favourite, which is everyone's number one, which
also
is...
translated.
Yeah.
Sometimes happy, sometimes sad. That's what it means.
Well, you know, it's the go-to film, and I think we need to stop making it the go-to film, and now...
After this, I
try and replace it. I don't know what the replacement would be, but it's
our
not...
podcasts. Our podcast is a replacement, mate. Start watching us. Put 5 together, whole film. Bam, comments.
I don't even know how to respond to that, but you should do that. Send it. You know what?
Yeah.
We're not getting enough traction. I dare you to send this to your K3BG, whatever it, the people that love this film.
Oh.
I dare you to send it to them.
Yeah.
Come at me. What are you going to say?
Yes, Seb.
What are you going to say? What? No, what are you going to say? How can you defend it? Do it.
I tried.
Do it.
Okay.
Anyway.
We've been, to be fair,
share, send, comment.
I think that's been a good episode. See ya.